Good morning, lovely yogis. It is another yoga boot camp week, so thus the socks, nice fuzzy warm socks. They keep my feet warm too, so that's cool. We're gonna start. We're gonna kind of jump right in, start warming up the wrists, and then we'll start moving through some strength and conditioning moves. We are gonna do some sliding today. I will give you options if you don't have an ability to slide on the surface you're on. If you're on hard surface, you can use a blanket or socks or really anything that would make it slippery. They have those discs that they sell, little carpets attached to your feet, doesn't matter. And if you're on something like carpet, then you can use any sort of slidey anything really, any sort of slidey like a plate or a workout slide or those little furniture slides, but whichever works best for you is fine. I have a student that's having a hard time getting on, so that's what I'm doing. Sorry. Okay, cool. So let's start with hand push-ups. Oh, she's on. I was just trying to send a link. All right, cool. So let's come on to our hands and knees, and let's start with some hand push-ups. So middle fingers come forward, and we'll press down through the knuckle. Fingertips stay gripping down, and we'll lift the heel of the hand up and down. And you might be like, okay, cool, this is good. Make sure you're moving from the hands and not through momentum with the upper body, the shoulders. And a little bit less intense, you can kind of sink the hips back. A little bit more intense, you come further over the hands. And just breathe here, kind of getting going this morning. Almost there. Come back to center, take a moment. You shift forward a little, you might get a pop or a crack out of the wrist, and then we're going to flip the hands around. So fingertips come back, thumbs point out. And then people get confused with that. You can keep the elbows straight or maybe soften them a little. And try to come into a table position so that the hips are over the knees, the shoulders are basically over the wrists, and then we'll start to add a little cat-cow in here. You'll notice your cat-cow changes. You have to change your position a little, that's fine. Starting to warm up the spine as we're opening up the wrist. We'll let the hands come back around, come up onto the fingertips. Just take a moment here, take a little pressure off of the wrists. And then this time when we come into hand push-ups, we're going to bring the pointer. So we were here last time. We're going to rotate out so that the middle finger comes to 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock on the same side of the clock as the hand. We'll press down here, we'll lift the heel of the hand and bring it back down. I usually do about 20 of these. Make sure you're practicing them at home. You can also alternate. Just make sure if you're alternating, you're feeling it in the forearms. Okay, you can come forward, come back. You're just going to sit on the heels, open the hands, and close the hands. I did that backwards. Maybe you just make a little wrist circles. And then we'll come back to hand push-ups, and this time instead of being at 10 and 2 o'clock, essentially on the same side of the clock, we're going to be at 10 and 2 with the middle fingers across the clock. So fingers are going to turn in. It's the same exact action. Knuckles come down, heel of the hand lifts, thumb stays down. And so if you're somebody that's kind of has that ability to be really double jointed and your fingers bend back really easily and you kind of hang out up there, really try to keep it low. So think lifting the heel enough to get a credit card to slide through, maybe 2 credit cards. And we'll come back. This time we'll add in a little stretch of the back of the wrist. And so we're going to take our hand, make a fist, pull it in, and you're going to grab onto the hand, the fist or the opposite hand. You're going to draw it in, but you're going to bring the pinky across towards the outer shoulder. That's just the way the wrist bends. So you're just trying to go in the natural direction of the wrist and breathe here. Maybe you start with a bent elbow. See if you can get a little bit more opening and then straighten the elbow. Woo! That's my mouse hand, and I've been typing a lot. Spent a lot of time writing and working on the computer yesterday, so yikes. All right, and we'll release and do the other side. So make a fist, pull it in, maybe you bend the elbow a little, and then straighten. And then we'll release and come forward. Maybe add in a couple of wrist circles. And we're going to move from here into some sun salutations. So if you are using, if you want to slide for sun salutations, you can. We're just going to do 3 rounds to warm up a little. So maybe use a blanket or socks. Maybe you just do them regularly on your mat like you normally would. I'm going to use socks just to demo it this way. We'll come to a standing position. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Grow taller. Exhale as we fold forward. Flat back, lengthen. Plant the hands down and slide back or step back to plank. Take a pause and look forward. Maybe the knees come down, or maybe you lower chaturanga, too close to the wall. Then inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, up and back to down dog. So you have to pull in if you're sliding, and then you really have to hold. Because if you just press down into the hands and into the feet, you're going to slide back to plank. There's a lot of pulling in here with the hip flexors, squeezing in with the belly. And you take maybe a little shorter stance if you're on socks. Take one more breath here. Look forward, inhale. Exhale, step, hop, or walk or slide forward. Flat back, lengthen, and fold. Root down through both feet and inhale as you rise to stand. Sweep the arms. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back, lengthen. Plant the hands down and slide back or step back or hop back. So if you're sliding back, press into the hands, extend out of the shoulders, and see if you can get light in the feet as they slide back. Take a pause, look forward. Slide forward and lower chaturanga. And then finding your back bend. And then up and back, down dog. So that might mean the feet slide in. That might mean the feet hop in. One more breath. Inhale, shift forward, look forward. Exhale, step, hop, walk, whatever you're doing to get there. Flat back, lengthen, and fold. Root down to the feet and inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, fold forward. Flat back, lengthen. Plant the hands, step or hop, slide. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. And so from here in down dog, you might hang, you might be like, okay, this is cool. You might be way back. You might be in between. Or you might decide you want to add in a few hops or kicks. That's fine. If you're on slidey floors, just be aware of your landing and what could happen. Maybe you want to focus more on hopping forward. We'll take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward and step hop. Walk or slide to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to stand. Exhale, if you folded your mat up like I have, you can throw it back out. And we'll find our way down onto our hands and knees. So finding that, gluing the knuckle down, gripping into the fingertips, curling the toes under, and then pressing into the hands so the shoulder blades move apart. Pull the belly in and up, and bring the knees an inch off the ground to hover. We'll hold here. Just start to feel this in the belly. And then we'll press into the hands and shift up and back to down dog. So maybe wiggle out the hips a little. But really what we're doing here is shoulders. So if you think of this action of shrugging the shoulders, like you're raising the shoulders up by the ears and then you pull them down and away, we're going to do that in down dog. So you shrug the shoulders up by the ears and then pull them away. And really what you're doing is pressing into the hands and then let them drop back down. Press into the hands and let them drop back down. We're working traps. And the lats a lot, actually. So we'll press and sink back down. Press away. Sink back down. This is part of our handstand training, right? Press away. Sink. Press. Sink. Press. Sink. Woo, you guys got this. Keep going on. Press and sink. Press. Sink. 2 more. And bring the knees down. The shoulders should be good and warm by now. And we're going to come back to table. We're going to come back to table, and this time, actually we're going to come back to down dog, and we're going to hop the feet forward and back. So we'll start here, press into the hands, look forward, hop the feet wide and forward. Look forward like you're coming into a football stance, and then hop back, down dog. Hop forward, look forward, hop back, down dog. Hop forward, look forward, back, down dog. So as you come back into down dog, you have to push yourself back because it's not just a float like we do in plank or chaturanga. You really have to push into your hands to get your butt to go back. 2 more. Last one. Hop it forward. Nice job. Woo! And then from here, we're going to come into what I like to call a crossover lunge or like a curtsy lunge. You can do this on a slide, or you can do this standing still. So I'm going to show you this way. So we'll start in the center here, and then we step out to the side, lunge, across, whoo, lunge, lunge. So you can also be sliding the foot like you're in a skater. Like you're doing a skater. You want to have at least one of your feet on a mat here. So when I was facing you and stepping side to side, my back foot was on the mat. With sliding, my front foot's on the mat. One more each side. One out, one in. Come back to center. Whew. And then we'll come back, step the same foot back and come into a lunge position. Start to drop the knee down, and then we're going to pulse here for 10, 9, 8, 7. Push into the front heel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Woo! Step and switch for that side to side or crossover lunge. So you start in a regular lunge position and then out wide and across, out wide, whoo, and across. My balance this morning is challenged, right? It happens. Keep pressing into that front heel. Two more. Come back to center. Just take a little pressure off that front leg. And then step back into that lunging position. And we'll pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And step it forward. Shake them out a little. We're going to move right from here into our jump rope. So we're just going to use an imaginary jump rope so we don't take out walls and stuff, lights. When you're ready to, I'll get the timer started. And begin. And so low impact, you could be here. You could be kind of like we do with jumping jacks, stepping one and the other, side to side. You could be marching. Lots of options. And if you're jumping rope, there's lots of options, right? So it can be a double jump, both feet, or do a hop. You can really focus on hopping high, like if you were doing doubles. You can kind of do this little side-to-side shuffle. The goal here is just to get the heart rate up. And if you have your kid on your back, your heart rate's definitely up. 5 more seconds. And take a break. Nice job. Woo! All right, so we're going to come here into plank. We're going to do some plank jacks. So you can be plank jacking, hopping, or you can be sliding. So we'll start when you're ready, finding plank, and jack out and in. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Bring them in. Bring the knees in. Flip over your back. We're going to come into bridges or hip thrusts in the lifting world. Press into the feet. Squeeze the belly in. Press the hips up. You're using the butt. Press back down. Let them just barely hover and tap. And up. We'll call this 2, 3. Move from the butt and hamstrings. 4, 5. Really press into the heels. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Flip over and come back to those plank jacks. One more time. So hop or slide. I'm going to hop this time. Start together and out and in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come through to those hip thrust bridges. Press into the feet. Inhale, exhale, press up, squeeze the butt. Inhale down, exhale, press up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job. Woo! Wow, wow, wow. So similar action here. We're going to move core to back. And so this is one that I'm going to do sliding. You can do hopping. Just try to keep the butt low. So start in plank, squeeze knees in like you're coming into crow, and then back. Or maybe to the center, Walasana. So hopping, it would just be hop. So you can keep the butt low. Hop them back to plank, hop them in, hop them back. Nice. Three more. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Come down here and we're going to come into a reverse plank. So hands come back behind us. We're working the back of the shoulders here. So knees can be bent or legs can be straight. But the action here is pressing down through the hands so the chest lifts. So we press in and lift for 1, 2. So you want to feel this in the back of the shoulders. So if you're just kind of lifting through the hips here, come to this place where you can press in and really feel it, the back working. That's the pressing down and back of the hands that gets you to lift. The core is certainly working, but not quite as much. The action's coming. You know, you want to start to swing the hips back a little and up. And you can obviously do this with bent or straight legs. 2 more. Come back down. We'll come on to our backs here. Let's get a quick core exercise and then we'll come back to that. Come all the way down. Knees come into chair position. Hands can be behind the head if that's what works for you. Inhale here. Exhale, right knee and left leg out and switch. Squeeze the belly down. Stabilize. Maybe you're grabbing towards the knees. I'm just barely touching them. One more each side, and hug it in, rock back up. Find that reverse plank, upward facing plank, or upward facing table. So maybe you're here, press and lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, maybe you do 1 foot, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back down. Nice job. You guys rock. Woo. And then from here, we're going to do a little hopping. So if you have socks on, or if you've been using a blanket, I'm going to get rid of that because that could be a hazard. So we're going to start in goddess. So low impact here is to just stay here and pulse. Or you can come here, hop to chair, hop to goddess, hop to chair. Two more. Goddess, chair, goddess, chair. Nice job. From here, we're going to come into standing L pulses. So standing L is like warrior 3, but with support. So maybe use a piece of furniture. Maybe you just balance, maybe fingertips down, maybe hands to a block or blocks. I'm going to start with my right leg back. So I'm going to find this position first, toes down, belly pulls in and up, chest comes forward. And then I'm going to pulse the heel for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then from here, I'll hug the knee into the chest and then press the heel straight to the sky so knee stays bent. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep squeezing the belly in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Bring the right foot down. Maybe wiggle out the hips. Shift over to that right side. Get a little stretch in the outer hip, butt region. And then we'll come back to center. Same setup. Left leg comes back behind, toes down. Belly squeezes in and up. Chest draws forward. And we'll pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knee in, and then press the heel straight to the sky, knee bent. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Really squeeze that butt. 4. That's 5. Sorry. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet to about hip width distance. Take a fold here. Shift a little from side to side. And then from here, coming all the way down, we'll come down onto the mat, and we're going to come into side plank. So you can either be on your hand or on your elbow. If you're on your elbow, hands are forward. Feet can be whatever position works for you. So I'll show you a couple variations. You might be feet stacked. You might have one in front of the other. You might have a foot behind, a foot in front, bottom knee down. Any way you do it, this is what the move is. Hips sink down towards the ground, and then we press and lift up. Hips sink down and up, down and up. That's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down and switch sides. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you are. You might be a little different from side to side. I am. This is my bad shoulder, so just try to be a little bit more careful with this stuff. Drop the hip down and press it up. 9, 8. Really press into the outer edge of that left leg or that extended leg, the bottom one. That action of pressing down is what works the obliques. 2 and 1. Let's roll around to plank and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7. Maybe you're here on your knees. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring these down. We'll come around to seated. Nice work. We'll open the feet here, coming into a straddle position. And we'll start by coming to the center. So you stay lifted through the chest. See if you can lift the sits bones or rotate through the pelvis so that sits bones go back behind you. And the top of the pelvis comes forward. We'll walk the fingertips over to the left. We'll walk the fingertips over to the right. We'll come back to center here. We'll draw one foot in. It doesn't matter which one. I'm going to bring my left foot in. Cross my right one over the top. The bottom leg can stay extended, and then I'm going to twist to the right. So put my hand on the outside of the right knee, lift through the spine, add in a little twist. We'll come back to center and switch sides. So the foot comes in, opposite comes on top. Take a moment and lift from the sits bones, lift from the rib cage away from the pelvis, and add in a twist. We'll come back to center. Release here, and send both legs straight out in front. Inhale the arms to the sky, and exhale as you fold forward. Inhale, just slowly lift back through the spine. And that is it for today. Thank you, guys. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you have any requests, please let me know. And I will be taking feedback on what format we want to keep on Tuesday mornings. I'll do this the first couple of weeks in December, and then we'll decide from there. So let me know, and thanks for practicing. Namaste.